And we continue our coverage from the compound. Just prior to tonight's Firebirds game against Hershey, they look to take a 3-1 series lead. One man that knows an awful lot about playing in big games is Hall of Famer Grant Fuhr. All right, so you've been in the big games. You know what this is like. You were actually here last year when they went to 7 games and then lost in overtime. But from your perspective, playing in a final, what was your mindset?
You know what? Once you get to a final, you just take it 20 minutes at a time. Whether it's 3-game series, 5-game series, 7-game series, you play 20-minute games all the way along, and it just helps it where your focus is a little more intimate.
You think that's easier said than done?
Oh, it's definitely easier said than done. You're looking at the big prize at the end of the day. So to try and simplify it, you just break it to small segments, and the small segments are easier to focus on.
All right, so you try to win every segment, but every segment contains something a little different. And the team that is losing at that point, do you feel them becoming more aggressive in a game?
It can happen. I mean, hockey's a game of momentum. So if you're winning, the momentum rides on your side. If you're losing, it's obviously opposite. So you're trying to find a way to get the momentum back, whether it's a hit, whether it's a goal, whether it's a save. You're always looking for that momentum swing.
All right. When you think back to the games you've played in, what are the memories, the big games that come right to mind?
The big games, probably the '84 Islanders. I know Evan will like that because we unseated the Islanders. So game 1 there is probably one of the better games I've played. And then obviously game 7 back in Edmonton, that was a fun one. So there are lots of good ones over the career, Canada Cups. So I got lots of entertaining moments.
All right, as long as you played and as much success as you had, as you sit here right now, can you remember specific moments? Can you remember specific saves, exact moments in games sitting here now?
No, I'd probably have to look back at a film and see it. You know the end result. You know all that goes into that end result. You remember that, but specific moments in the game, not so much.
All right. So the Firebirds have a 2-1 lead in the series and go up 3-1 tonight. What have they done well in this series, and have they done anything that has concerned you?
Not really concerned me. I mean, game 2, we made a couple of defensive lapses, but I actually thought we played better than we did in game 1. So, you know what? If they keep playing the way they're playing, they're going to be fine. And I think that's the biggest key is you got to continue to push the pace and play their type of style.
And is that the key for them? Push the pace, control the tempo?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, when you're a fast team, you want to push the pace, you want to start fast, and force the other team to have to play your game.
When you see Dreger in the goal, and you think to yourself, he's an NHL goalie, that we know. But do you think, wow, it takes me back to the days when I was in the nets?
Yeah, I'm not that young, so. But no, watching Chris's body language that's when you look at a goal, you look at the body language. When he gives up a goal, it's not a big deal, and the players see that. So that's how you know he's an NHL goalie. Guys who get frustrated, you see them shake their head, the arms go up. Then you realize that there's something going on in their head, and the players see that. Chris is calm all the time, and the players feed off of that.
All right, before I let you go, the shoes. The shoes are the talk of Acrisure Arena. Now talk about the shoes.
So we got a few highlights from the career. A couple of the Oilers on that side. I've got a Vezina trophy on the back of one, Stanley Cup on the other. What do we got? Buffalo. I think I got St. Louis on the other side. So it just highlights over the career.
Did you order those specifically, or did someone make them for you?
No, somebody actually made them for me. So it's one of those, would you like a pair? I'm like, yes. And then they recreate them, and you never know what you're going to get.
Oh, those are really cool. Thank you for spending a couple of minutes. You know, it's great when you're talking to a Hall of Famer. And I'm just glad that you took the time to talk to a peon like me.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you've been in the business for, a long time.
2 years, Fred.
One of us is not really a full media guy yet. I'm learning.
And doing well. Thank you for the time.
Always a pleasure, Fred.